When you decide to learn English, the first battle is never with words or grammar. It is with fear. Fear of sounding foolish, fear of making mistakes, fear of being judged. And because of that fear, you keep waiting for the perfect time, the perfect confidence, the perfect level. But growth never begins in perfection. Growth begins the moment you accept where you are. You don't need to speak like someone else to begin. You only need the courage to start with the voice you already have today, not tomorrow. Here, not somewhere else. Many people delay learning because they think they are not ready. But readiness is not something you feel before action. It is something that is built through action. You don't learn English by hiding from it. You learn it by touching it, using it, struggling with it. Even broken sentences are still sentences. Even slow words are still progress. The problem is not that you don't know enough. The problem is that you keep comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. You don't need a fancy course, a big institute, or expensive books to begin. You need honesty with yourself. Speak the words you know. Use the sentences you remember. Practice in the silence of your room if the world feels too loud. Talk to the mirror if no one else is listening. Every time you speak, even imperfectly, you are telling your fear that it no longer controls you. And that is powerful, remember. Fear always shows you the worst version of the future. It whispers that people will laugh, that you will fail, that you will never be good enough. But fear has never been a good predictor of reality. Most people are too busy fighting their own fears to judge yours. And even if someone does judge, their opinion cannot stop your growth unless you let it. Your journey is not about proving anything to others. It is about freeing yourself. You don't need confidence to start. Confidence comes after you start. Every small effort adds up. Every day you choose to practice, you move one step away from fear and one step closer to freedom. And one day, without realizing it, you will speak with ease and wonder why you ever doubted yourself. Not because you became perfect, but because you became brave enough to begin. So don't wait to become fearless before you start. Start, and fear will slowly lose its power over you. Many people believe that learning English requires a special place, a quiet room, a table full of books, and long hours of study. But life does not pause to give us perfect conditions. Responsibilities are waiting, time is limited, and energy is often low. If you wait for life to become ideal, learning will always remain a plan, never a habit. The truth is, your daily life already holds everything you need to learn English. You just haven't seen it that way yet. Your home is not a distraction from learning, it is the classroom. Every routine you follow carries an opportunity. When you wake up in the morning, name your actions in English. When you make tea, describe what you are doing in simple words. When you walk from one room to another, talk to yourself about your plans for the day. These small moments may feel insignificant, but they are powerful because they are real and repeatable. Learning grows strongest when it becomes part of your life, not something separate from it. You don't need long hours. You need awareness. Awareness turns ordinary moments into practice. Watching a short video, listening to a song, reading a message, or repeating a sentence you heard earlier. These are not random acts, they are steps forward. When English becomes part of your daily rhythm, it stops feeling heavy. It stops feeling like a burden. It becomes familiar, like a friend you meet every day. Some people say they don't have time, but time is not the issue. The issue is waiting for a perfect block of time instead of using small pieces. 5 minutes while cooking, 2 minutes while standing near a window, 1 sentence before sleeping. These moments may seem too small to matter, but consistency turns small moments into big change. What you repeat daily shapes who you become, and don't underestimate the power of your own voice. Speak out loud, even if it feels awkward. Silence does not teach fluency, use does. Your home is a safe place to practice, to fail, to try again. There is no audience to impress, no score to protect, just progress to be made. Every word you say strengthens your connection with the language. Earning does not need to feel like pressure. It can feel like participation. When English becomes part of your daily life, It stops being something you chase and starts becoming something you live. Slowly, naturally, without force, your confidence begins to grow if you want English to stay with you. Invite it into your everyday life. There comes a time in life when silence becomes heavier than fear, when words stay trapped inside, not because you don't have them, but because you're afraid to let them out. Many people wait for someone else to listen before they begin speaking. But confidence does not grow in waiting rooms. It grows in practice, and sometimes the first listener you need is yourself. If there is no one around to speak English with, that is not a weakness, that is an opportunity. Speak to yourself. Speak while walking. Speak while thinking. Speak while standing in front of the mirror or sitting alone in a quiet room. Your voice does not need permission to exist. Every sentence you say, even imperfectly, is proof that you are trying. And trying is always stronger than staying silent. People often believe that talking to yourself is strange, but what is truly strange is expecting progress without practice. Athletes train alone. Artists rehearse alone. Strength is built in private long before it is shown in public. When you speak to yourself, you remove the pressure of judgment. There is no one to interrupt you, no one to correct you harshly, no one to laugh. There is only learning. At first, your voice may shake. Your sentences may break. You may forget words and repeat yourself. Let it happen. Fluency is not born from perfection. It is born from repetition. The more you hear your own voice in English, the more familiar it becomes. Slowly, hesitation turns into rhythm. Fear turns into comfort. Silence turns into expression. Don't wait to sound confident before you speak. Speak. And confidence will follow. Every time you choose to say one more sentence instead of stopping, you strengthen something inside you. You are teaching your mind that it is safe to try. You are telling your fear that it no longer decides when you speak and when you stay quiet, and one day something changes. Without realizing it, you begin to speak in front of others. The words come easier. Your voice feels steadier, not because the world suddenly became kinder, but because you became stronger. The practice you did alone prepared you for the moment when others were finally listening. The world listens to those who first learn to listen to their own voice. Not many people believe that confidence comes first and action comes later. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel fluent. They wait to feel sure of themselves. But confidence is not a starting point. It is a result. It is built quietly, slowly, through repetition. The truth is simple. Consistency changes you long before confidence shows up. You don't need to feel confident to practice English today. You only need the decision to show up, even for a few minutes, even when you feel tired, even when you feel unsure. One small effort, repeated daily, is more powerful than one big effort done once and forgotten. The language does not respond to motivation. It responds to commitment. There will be days when you feel inspired, when words flow easily and learning feels exciting. But there will also be days when you feel lazy, distracted, or doubtful. On those days, consistency matters the most, because discipline carries you forward when emotions fall behind. You don't grow by practicing only when you feel good. You grow by practicing even when you don't. 10 minutes every day can change your life. Not because 10 minutes is a lot, but because 10 minutes done daily builds a habit. Habits shape confidence. When English becomes something you do every day, it stops feeling foreign. It becomes familiar, and familiarity slowly removes fear. You may not notice progress immediately, but progress is happening quietly, patiently. Many people give up too early because they don't see instant results. They forget that growth is invisible before it becomes visible. Just like roots grow underground before a tree appears strong, your skills grow silently before confidence becomes obvious. Trust the process, even when it feels slow. Especially when it feels slow, consistency also teaches self-respect. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how small, you strengthen your belief in yourself. Begin to trust your own effort. And when you trust yourself, confidence has no choice but to follow. Not loudly, not suddenly, but steadily. Stop chasing confidence. Chase consistency. Show up daily. Speak a little, listen a little, learn a little. Over time, those small actions will change how you think, how you speak, and how you see yourself. And one day, you will realize that confidence arrived without asking for permission. Stay consistent, and confidence will meet you on the way. Pain has a strange way of revealing the truth. It shows you what matters. It shows you what you are missing. And when it comes to learning English, many people feel pain long before they feel courage. The pain of not being able to express yourself. The pain of staying silent when you have something to say. The pain of watching opportunities pass by because words did not come when they were needed. That pain is real and it should not be ignored. Fear, on the other hand, only freezes you. It tells you to stay quiet, to stay safe, to stay hidden. Fear whispers that you will fail, that you will be judged, that you are not good enough yet. But fear has never helped anyone grow. It only protects comfort, not potential. Pain is different. Pain pushes you to change. When you feel the pain of not speaking English confidently, don't run from it. Listen to it. Ask yourself why it hurts. It hurts because you want more for yourself. It hurts because you know you are capable of better. That awareness is powerful. Pain becomes dangerous only when it turns into hopelessness. But when pain turns into purpose, it becomes fuel. Let the pain remind you why you studied. Let it wake you up when laziness tries to pull you back. Let it push you to practice one more sentence, speak one more word, try one more time. Growth is uncomfortable. Learning always is. But discomfort is not your enemy. Stagnation is. Fear says, what if I fail? Pain says, I cannot stay the same. One keeps you stuck. The other moves you forward. Use the pain of staying silent to motivate you to speak. Use the pain of misunderstanding to motivate you to learn. Use the pain of regret to motivate you to act now. You don't need to punish yourself for what you don't know. Be kind to yourself, but be honest. Progress begins when honesty meets effort. Turn pain into discipline. Turn discomfort into determination. Turn struggle into strength. Don't let fear decide your limits. Let pain remind you of your potential. Many people stay quiet not because they have nothing to say, but because they believe their voice is not important enough. They think their English is too weak, their accent too heavy, their words too simple. So they choose silence, believing it is safer. But silence slowly convinces you that you don't matter. And that belief is far more dangerous than making a mistake. Your voice matters before it is perfect. Your thoughts matter before they are polished. Language is only a tool. Meaning comes from you. The world does not need flawless speakers as much as it needs honest ones. When you speak, even with broken sentences, you are claiming space. You are saying, I am here, and my thoughts deserve to exist. Many people are waiting to feel worthy before they speak. But worth does not come from fluency. It comes from courage. The courage to express yourself despite fear. The courage to be heard even when your voice shakes. Every time you choose to speak instead of stay. ING silent. You are building confidence from the inside, not borrowing it from others. You must understand this deeply. People connect to truth, not perfection. They remember sincerity, not grammar. Your voice carries your story, your struggle, your perspective. No one else can replace that. When you hide your voice, the world loses something only you could offer. Don't let comparison steal your courage. There will always be someone who speaks better, faster, smoother. That does not make your voice smaller. It makes it different. And different is not weak. Different is necessary. Growth happens when you stop asking, am I good enough? And start saying, I am willing to try. Speak even when you feel unsure. Share even when you feel nervous. With every word, you strengthen the belief that you deserve to be heard. And once you believe that, others will feel it too. Confidence is contagious. And it starts with self-belief. One day you will look back and realize that finding your voice changed everything, not because your English became perfect, but because you finally believed you were worth listening to. Believe in your voice and let it rise.